How a society treats its women shows you exactly what value it places on them. That assault, offences, and discrimination continues in our society today speaks up for the fact that women and men need to speak up and change the stereotypes. But standing up for what's right really begins with speaking up for what's right. We live out loud with Rita Mutheu Muia on how to find your voice next. Hello and welcome to Sheila Lives Out Loud. My name is Sheila Mutheu Muia. I'm so glad you're on this channel. Please click subscribe and remember to hit notifications. Then you never miss a single moment of a show that we upload. And if you see something that means something to you and will encourage someone else, please share and just keep sharing. It's okay. And we are living out loud at the Westwood Hotel, all set to have a conversation on finding your voice. Activism 101 with Rita Mutheu Muia, co-founder of Her Voice Kenya. But let's talk about activism and where that began for you.
Okay, for me, activism began, let me say, when one day a video was posted online and it was of a woman being stripped. And I remember I got so mad when I saw that. By that time, I didn't know I had even what activism meant. But there was a call on the comments. If you feel this is making you mad and you want to do something about it, come to Power 254. And I was like, what the hell is Power 254? Okay, I'm going to discover. Then on the comments, somebody was saying, I'm near Power, I work near Power. If you want to go, like, hit me up in my inbox, we can go together. So I hit up this lady, and we met at Serena, the bus stop, and we walked to Power 254. And there, that's where Boniface Mwangi is. And we sat down and he told us, you are going to be in the committee to plan a demo. And I'm like, a committee?
Hold on.
Do we need a committee?
Right, we've just showed up because we were upset about something.
Okay, and I thought we were going just to write some messages on placards and stand outside Parliament and picket. Then he said one thing, which has stood out to me up to today. You have a passion for women issues. The fact that that video touched you, out of a group of 28,000 women, and you only came here 13 people, that shows you have a passion for women issues. And from today henceforth, you're an activist. I was like, okay, thank you.
So this is what it means to be an activist.
Yes.
Where you are so moved by something that sitting back at home and moving or commenting is not enough.
It's not enough.
You walked to this place, and that was the beginning of it. So here you were at Power, 13 ladies, and you were organizing your very first protest.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
For us, it was like, we couldn't understand why, like, you plan for a protest. We didn't know you have to know the right day to plan for a protest, because you need the attention of, like, if you are writing a petition, you need to know where to take it and if those people are going to be available in the offices. People keep asking me, where can we do the demos on Saturday when everybody is off work? I'm like, if you're petitioning somebody, those people are not working. So that's the day we realized that you need to know the day. You need to write a petition. I was like, what's a petition? Like, you have to, like, the policymakers, what do you want? What do you want this protest to achieve? And that's how I realized it's bigger than what people usually see. People just think activists to wake up one morning and just go to the streets and make noise. But it's something which is planned and it has a purpose.
You know, when you think about some of the demonstrations and the protests that we've seen in the Kenyan context, they usually spiral into a lot of violence, into the tear gas. It never has to get to that level. We understand that. But for what we know about protests and demonstrations, sadly, whenever anybody thinks about activism, most people are thinking, niende kukola tear gas. Maybe sio leo aki, but it is important for people to stand up and take action. Why is it important to do that?
I have this mantra. I believe that change begins with me and you. As you've said before, it's not enough to just sit down and watch. or just sit down and say, iyo ni mambo ya kina Rita, iyo ni mambo ya kina Sheila. Every time you see something wrong, it's okay for you not to go to the street, but stand up and question, why is this happening? Even when it comes to our leaders, it's our constitutional right to put these people into account. They should be accountable. Like at the end of the year, your campaign promises, have you kept them up? But Kenyans, we don't question. You go to the hospital, there's no medicine, it's a public hospital, you're told a prescription, go and buy medicine outside the hospital. You're like, okay, hospitali za serikali zinakuanga hivyo.
That shouldn't be acceptable.
Exactly. Why can't you question? Even if, like, these people will remember. The next time you walk in those doors, they'll say, oh my God, ni ule patient. Anasumbuanga lakini anajuanga. Like, they know their rights. Let them know every time you enter a place, you're going to question if the services or anything is not up to par.
And questioning is your right.
Yes, people don't understand that. It's your constitutional right to question. I don't know why people, like, we've normalized things to a point of everything is acceptable.
Yeah. Even if it's bad, tunasema akiboye.
Lakini si Kenya kuna kuanga hivyo. Like, even corruption.
Yeah, we've normalized it.
It's normal.
We've taken it as part of the Kenyan experience.
Yes. And that's how it also comes to issues of gender, domestic violence, rape. It's normal. And every time you hear about crimes against women, sexual violence, the first question is what?
Alikuwa amevaa nini?
Nowadays, the first question is, alikuwa amevaa nini? The denial. It didn't happen. This person is just malicious. Because this is a person in power, they want to spoil their name. The next step is tribal.
Right.
There
are different layers of explaining it away. If chain 1 doesn't work, chain 2 will. Then there's level 3, and so on and so forth. As opposed to looking at the offense and dealing with the offense and leaving everything else outside of the equation.
Yes.
I want us to go back to the protest. So here you were on a committee. Because you had seen something on Facebook. Tell us about that particular project. What happened next?
Then we decided we want the sexual bill amended. We want it changed completely. Because before, we realized stripping was not like a sexual offense punishable by law. Like, you can be put to jail like for many years. It was an assault where this person after 2 weeks could go or being taught to slash grass or to wash the police station.
The police station or within the police station.
Yes, or a fine of maybe 2,000 shillings and you walk away. So that's where we began. We decided we need this law changed. We need this to become an offense. It really affects the dignity of the women. And what people don't know, you know, when you watch the news, they don't give you the details of what happened. Maybe it's censored, I don't know. But I usually challenge people, if you've never gone to court to listen to a case of sexual violence, take one day and go and listen. You'll come out of there a changed person. Because inside the courtroom is where the witness gives detailed account of what happened. What people don't know is they think these ladies were just stripped. It's more than that. People were doing heinous things on these women, like inserting objects into their private parts, which is horrible if you think about it. So this is not an assault.
It's far more than that.
It's way beyond that. These women will never be the same. Don't forget, it's in public. In
the dignity.
Public.
You stripped away someone's dignity.
Yes. So we said, no, this has to be a criminal offense punishable by law. And that's what we want to achieve. And that's why we marched. Every time we hold a protest, I ask myself and I ask other women, always ask yourself, why am I marching? And you'll get your answer. The reason you're marching, that's the goal you want to achieve. Right. And that's the reason we marched.
In today's age, far more women are not willing to stand up and march. They're not willing to take control of the environment they find themselves in. There's that acceptance of, it is what I've inherited. I should just figure out a way to survive within this climate and hope for the best. Why is it important for us to begin to get active, and how do we do that?
as I've said, speak up. Like last year every year we usually have a silent protest in partnership with Nairobi County, AIDS Health Foundation, and other partner organizations to create awareness on issues of gender, sexual violence for the 16 days of activism. Yeah. And like on the last year, we were saying as women, we've broken the silence. The silence has been, like right now, everybody knows, like you do something against women, any sexual offense, we are not going to keep quiet. But have we broken the cycle?
That is another case altogether.
No, that's what we need to do. We need to break the cycle. So as a woman, women are strong, let me tell you. We need to believe that in ourselves. Women are, and we don't keep our emotions to ourselves. We speak them out, and it's okay to speak. The first step, don't keep quiet. The second step, let's break the cycle. We can't be having this discussion. It's 2018, for heaven's sake. We need to break this cycle.
Looking at the future and what your foundation is up to, how can we be a part of it? How do we tap in? How do we grow our sisters, our younger ones from colleges, from even high schools, from primary level?
Yeah.
How can we tap in? Because a woman's voice needs to be heard. And unfortunately, we live in a society where a woman's position is still not earning as much as men are in the workplace. Children, women, we're still the weaker ones in terms of share of resources. We still have a long way to go. So how do we tap in to begin to create the change that we want in our lifetime and for the kids coming after us?
I usually say that as a woman, the first step is finding something you're passionate about. I'm passionate about women issues, gender, human rights. You might be passionate about education. That is the first step. Do something you're passionate about. And also you can join staff, join organizations. Like every year we have, especially during the 16 days of activism, you cannot fail to find something to do. In every county, in every village, there's something which is happening. So you can even join people like us. And when there's call to do something, kindly come on, if you can. People are blogging even. You don't have to come physically there.
You can use your social media to
it's
effect
a big
the
platform
change that you want to see.
Exactly. Social media, actually, there was a discussion somewhere I had. Is it that social media is overtaking like mainstream media? Because these people are saying a while back, mainstream media will be the first people to break a story.
Yes.
Now this is vice versa.
Yeah.
So you can still use to create a positive impact in the society. Yeah.
Find the thing you're passionate about.
Yes.
Stand up for it.
Exactly.
Support it through using your own social media, using your resources as well. But don't just sit back and wait for somebody else to change things.
That is what is ailing Kenyans. We just sit, it's not my fight. Unless it affects somebody I know. Like there was a study which was shown men react more to issues of sexual violence and gender-based issues when it affects them directly. I'll give you a small homework. Ask somebody, a guy, let's say a child, a minor has been violated on media, like there's a story, like we get emotional. Oh my God, how can this person do this? Women, most of our emotions, we wear emotions on the sleeve.
Right here.
But a man will be like, okay, yenye hiyo ni mbaya, nini. Ask that person, if that was your daughter, what would you do? That's when you will see now action. I don't even see what we are discussing here. If that was my daughter, I'd do this. I think we need empathy. In Kenya, we need empathy. Because if you're empathetic, you can't do some things to somebody. I think it's high time, even men, our voice calls for men. We preach positive masculinity. Men play a very important role in this country. And every time we go out there, people ask us, you're fighting for the women. What about the men? We fight for everybody, but the men make it difficult for us to fight for issues which affect men. Like an example, if a man is beaten by their spouse.
Yeah.
How many men are willing to talk about that?
Not many. They'll go to the clinics and the hospitals and say they got in a fight with a friend or something, as opposed to telling the truth about who actually caused the hurt on their bodies.
And what will the rest of the men do?
Oh, they will laugh at it.
Oh my God! Even leaders.
Yeah.
Even some leaders laugh at like
their colleagues who, for some reason, find themselves in the news.
Yes.
And it's about domestic violence situations.
Yeah. It's funny for them.
It's funny for them. Once we stop laughing about certain issues as a nation, then maybe we're going to start getting somewhere.
Exactly.
But it starts with finding your voice.
Yes.
Finding that passion and speaking out.
Exactly.
Rita, thank you so much for making the time to be here with us. I know you're very active on social media.
Yeah.
Can we share your links?
Yes, please.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you know, we don't have to wait until 16 days of gender violence to begin to figure out where we belong and what our passions are.
Yeah.
We can also walk with you before then and identify places where people are feeling, this is where my calling is.
Yeah.
This is where I need to go.
And actually, we were like, we've been given some work by the 1 Billion Rising. It's a big campaign. People can go and read about the 1 Billion Rising. Her voice actually has been like nominated to be the ambassador. It's a big thing, yeah?
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
well
so we are
done.
calling you to come on board. When we come, we call for like seminars. I want to ask everybody to, that's how you learn how to have a voice, because we want now to lobby for women leaders. That's where
we should move beyond
be.
Nominated positions. We should now be moving to, I am on the table, I was elected, just as you were elected.
Exactly.
Let's make this Kenya better.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rita, for joining us for this conversation. We are going to share her details and contacts on our social media sites. Get active. Don't sit back and just watch videos and shake your head and it ends there. Jump in, because this is your country. This is your life. You're setting the scene for your children. What kind of Kenya do you want to leave behind? Questions, huh? Yeah. Ngumu sana. Thank you again for finding this channel. Remember to click subscribe, hit notifications, and share. We're going to catch up in the next episode. But till then, live out loud in everything you do.